Many believe they understand true strength, but scientific insights offer a different perspective. Today, we will explore surprising truths that could fundamentally alter your understanding of becoming truly unshakable. Have you ever longed to be truly unshakable, immune to criticism, rejection, loss, or betrayal? Perhaps you're weary of constantly trying to please others or maintaining a facade of unwavering strength. Deep down, you may simply crave a moment's respite from the demanding pressure of appearing untouchable. However, a difficult truth often goes unsaid. The more you try to avoid pain, the more it will control you. By numbing yourself, seeking constant protection, or hiding, you effectively remain a hostage, held captive by hurtful words, disappointing actions, and suffocating silences. This isn't a sign of weakness, rather, it reflects the common reality for most people, though some are simply better at pretending otherwise. Carl Jung, a prominent figure in depth psychology, wisely stated, "We are not what happens to us, but what we choose to become." This insight holds the key to genuine resilience. True strength isn't about insulating yourself from the world or adopting a detached demeanor. It's about actively integrating all the hidden aspects that currently impact you. It's about achieving full self-awareness, even amidst profound struggle. If you've continued this far, it's no mere coincidence. This message resonates particularly with you if you're weary of feeling emotionally vulnerable or disadvantaged. The time has come to confront certain truths that, while initially painful, will ultimately lead to your liberation. Perhaps the biggest misconception you've been fed is that you are entirely in control of your life. It's time to awaken to the fact that you aren't, especially when living on autopilot, reacting unconsciously without understanding why. Jung articulated this clearly. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Your journey to freedom truly begins when you grasp that external events hold power only if they resonate within you. This inner realm, the unconscious, is the genuine battlefield. To continue this transformative journey and learn how to master your unconscious, please subscribe. Don't miss the upcoming video, as true change truly begins only when you persist. We look forward to seeing you there. Welcome back. In our last step, we talked about diving deeper, beyond the surface, into the hidden forces that truly control your emotional reactions. Now, we're going to shine a light on one of Jung's most profound concepts, the shadow. Here's a shocking truth. What you actively hide from the world, and even from yourself, is often what secretly dictates your emotional pain. The shadow isn't just your dark side, it's all the unacknowledged parts of you. It's the traits, desires, and fears you've deemed unacceptable, burying them deep in your unconscious. But like a hidden root, it continues to feed your vulnerabilities, making you reactive and easily shaken. Think of it this way. Your deepest insecurities, your sudden outbursts of anger, or even your inability to accept compliments often stem from this unintegrated shadow. Until you confront these hidden aspects, they will find ways to manifest, often as external pain. So, how do you begin to unmask your shadow? Observe your reactions. Notice when you have intense, disproportionate emotional reactions to others. What qualities in them trigger you most? Jung called this projection, seeing your own unaccepted traits in others. Track your judgments. What flaws in other people do you harshly criticize? There's a high chance those are aspects of your own shadow crying for recognition. Listen to your undesirable thoughts. Instead of pushing away thoughts of jealousy, inadequacy, or resentment, acknowledge their presence. Don't act on them, but simply notice them without judgment. This isn't about becoming bad, it's about becoming whole. By bringing these exiled parts into your awareness, you reclaim their energy. You stop fighting yourself. This is the first brave step towards truly integrating all of who you are. In our next chapter, we'll explore how this integration transforms your relationships and sets you free from the need for external validation. Stay with me. The biggest lie you've been told is that you are truly in control of your life. Wake up, because you're not. Not when you operate on autopilot, reacting without understanding why, feeling without knowing its source, making decisions you later sabotage. Carl Jung offered a shocking truth. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. This isn't just philosophy, it's what's happening to you. The sudden pain, inexplicable anger, or invading sadness, none are random. They are vital messages. These messages come from forgotten parts of you, ignored and repressed memories. Jung called this dark territory the unconscious. It's not vague thoughts, but an active force, a powerful system of traumas, fears, and desires you avoid facing. Yet they continuously dictate your feelings and actions. You wonder why certain words devastate you, while others shrug them off. It's because those words hit sensitive internal points still raw and alive. You've pushed them aside under a psychological rug. Now you keep tripping. Jung also advised, we cannot change anything until we accept it. Condemnation only oppresses. Are you judging yourself, repressing, silencing? That solves nothing. Your unconscious doesn't vanish when ignored. It manifests dangerously. Toxic relationships, self-sabotage patterns, anxieties appearing when life seems perfect. This isn't bad luck. It's your unconscious, urging you to awaken, but you keep sleeping. To truly stop being hurt, stop running from your inner world. Without knowing your unconscious, you remain an emotional puppet. The more you shield from external pain, the more fragile you become internally. There's a path forward. It's not about defense, but integration. Becoming unshakable isn't resistance, it's deep self-knowledge. Next, we'll discover why true strength comes from acceptance, not armor. Most people believe the only way to avoid getting hurt is by closing off. They construct walls, develop emotional armor, and pretend that nothing affects them. They'll declare, "I don't care anymore," or "nothing gets to me." Yet, internally, they continue to bleed. They corrode from within. Here's a startling truth. The real issue was never about feeling itself. The problem is not knowing what you are feeling, or, crucially, why. This lack of self-awareness keeps you incredibly vulnerable. To be truly unshakable isn't about becoming cold or ignoring pain. It has nothing to do with avoiding conflict or pretending you don't care. Instead, it's about deep integration. It means accepting and bringing to light everything you have buried in the dark corners of your being. You don't become untouchable by building a barrier between yourself and the world. You become untouchable when you realize that no one can truly touch what you have already embraced within yourself. Practical step. Start today by observing your internal reactions. When a word stings or a rejection cuts deep, pause. Instead of pushing it away, ask, what specifically am I feeling? What hidden fear or old wound is this activating right now? This simple awareness is your first step. Consciously acknowledge your shadows, your fears, your flaws. When you integrate these parts of yourself, you stop reacting to external events. You gain choice. You are no longer an emotional puppet, you become the one pulling the strings of your own experience. This is true freedom. Carl Jung called this individuation, the process of becoming genuinely who you are. It's not about perfection, but about becoming whole. When you bravely face your own wounds, accepting all that is beautiful and all that is perceived as ugly within you, nothing outside has the power to dismantle you. This profound acceptance is the real gateway. In the next chapter, we will explore how suffering, far from being an enemy, can become the crucial key to unlocking your true strength. Let's dive deeper, without fear. You've tried to build walls, to wear masks, to pretend nothing hurts. But here's the shocking truth. Your strongest shield isn't what you build against the world, but what you cultivate within yourself. True unshakability isn't about being numb, it's about being utterly aware. Think of it this way, what you resist persists. This profound insight from Jung highlights our greatest mistake. For years, you've resisted pain, rejection, and loss, hoping they'd disappear. Instead, they've burrowed deeper, controlling you from the shadows. The real pain isn't the external event, but the echo it finds in your unexamined inner world. The secret to becoming truly untouchable lies in profound clarity. It's about knowing your internal landscape so intimately that external blows, criticisms, or betrayals lose their power to shatter you. When you understand your triggers, those old wounds, unspoken fears, or ingrained patterns, you stop reacting unconsciously. You begin to choose your response. So, how do you build this shield of awareness? Start with a simple daily practice. When something hurts, pause. Instead of pushing it away, ask yourself, what is this feeling trying to tell me? What part of me is activated right now? Don't judge, just observe. This isn't weakness, it's radical self-responsibility. This continuous act of looking inward transforms you from a puppet of your emotions into their conscious observer. It's a journey from reaction to informed response. And in our final chapter, we'll explore practical ways to integrate this awareness into your everyday life, making your internal shield truly unbreakable. Now that you've made it this far, something needs to be said very clearly. Nothing, absolutely nothing, will shield you from external suffering if you remain unconscious of what happens within you. Words will continue to hurt, rejections will sting, losses will bring you down until you awaken. Awakening isn't a magical event, it's a daily choice. It's looking within, even when it hurts. It's taking responsibility for everything you feel without blaming others, the past, or fate. Carl Jung said, "What you resist persists. What you accept transforms." You've spent your life resisting fear, rejection, loneliness, and the anguish of not feeling seen. What did you do? You hid, you silenced yourself, you tried to control everything, to be perfect, to be strong. This brought you here, exhausted, tired of fighting the world and yourself. But now you know, true emotional immunity isn't hardness, it's clarity. It's not about armor, it's about expanding your awareness. When you understand your triggers, patterns, and wounds, others' actions lose their destructive power. You still feel, but you don't drown. You still suffer, but you don't lose yourself. That changes everything. What truly shields you isn't protecting yourself from life, but diving deeply into it. Those on the surface get hurt by any wave. Those who dive know the silence, stability, and power below. That's where you're headed. Live from that place of integration, presence, and acceptance. The world may try to knock you down, but it no longer finds where to hit you. If this video touched you, if something awakened within you, write in the comments, "I choose awareness." Let's start a movement of people who live with truth, not just pretend strength. Remember, the next video is also vital. Real transformation begins when you don't stop at the first step. See you there. Now that you've made it this far, let's be absolutely clear. Nothing will truly shield you from external suffering if you remain unconscious of your inner world. Words will still hurt, rejections sting, and losses bring you down. This cycle continues until you awaken. Awakening isn't magic, it's a daily, conscious choice to look inward even when it hurts and take full responsibility for your feelings without blame. Carl Jung's wisdom is clear. What you resist persists. What you accept transforms. You've spent your life resisting fear, emptiness, and pain. You hid, silenced yourself, trying to control everything to appear strong. This exhausting effort left you battling both the world and yourself. True emotional immunity is clarity, not hardness. It's about expanding awareness, not building armor. When you understand your triggers, patterns, and wounds, others' actions lose their destructive power. You'll still feel, suffer, but you won't drown or lose yourself. This internal shift changes everything. Your real shield isn't avoiding life, it's diving deeply into it. Surface dwellers get battered by every wave. Deep divers find silence, stability, and power in the depths. That's your destination. Living from integration and acceptance means the world may try to knock you down, but it finds no vulnerable point. If this journey resonated, if something awakened within you, write "I choose awareness" in the comments. Join a movement of truth, moving beyond pretending to be strong. This is the end of our series, but the beginning of your true strength. Keep diving deep.